Well, the movie's lead actress, star actress, of course, Mahira Khan, joins me now from Islamabad. Thanks so much for joining us today. Just tell us about this film and why you wanted to make it.
Hi, how are you doing? Well, I think this is Shoaib Mansoor's vision, his baby. He's been working on it for the last few years. And I think really the reason why he wanted to make it is because, as per him, there are things in the society, in the world that happen that frustrate him, that anger him. And he gets down to writing about those things. So I think that's really where it's come from a place of frustration and anger. And he wanted to talk about this. He wanted to talk about how important of an issue this is, how important it is to raise it. And, it is a story about this girl who gets raped and how she fights for justice. But more importantly, the story really revolves around power dynamics. It talks about the position of power and how people misuse power.
And is the story based on this rape, is this something that obviously is being talked about more now, do you feel, in Pakistan?
Yes, absolutely. See, like the world over, I mean, if you notice what's happening across the board around the world is that more and more people are speaking out, talking about harassment or abuse or any kind of abuse. I think we have the means now to talk about it more openly, I feel, We're also maybe less fearful in a way, but I think it's about the means. So we have social media, and people are just going out there and talking about it. And definitely in Pakistan, there is more of a discussion, more of a debate about this.
So just coming out into the open, within the actual film industry, as you said, there's been a lot of talk about sexual harassment. Is this something that you've ever experienced yourself?
I actually haven't, not in my industry. I have not experienced it here, fortunately.
Is this something that you are talking about, though, with colleagues and friends within the industry now? I mean, is it opening up within India and Pakistan now, just as it is in Hollywood?
Absolutely. I mean, look, anything that, again, it's become so big in Hollywood that obviously, I mean, we all were talking. In fact, just the other day, especially because of this film and because I've been promoting it, there's so many times, we sit down and after an interview, a journalist tells me a story and I'm like, really because I have not been, I haven't experienced it firsthand, that I can't say for myself, but I am pretty sure that it exists, as it does in every industry. I don't think it is limited to the entertainment industry, and that's why it's important for people like me and others who are in a certain position of power to speak out about it, so that we can actually empower other women to speak out about it, men and women, actually.
I know you had some attention about some photos that were taken of you in New York recently, just because you were wearing a short dress and you were seen smoking. I mean, how did you feel about that criticism?
Well, like I've said before, it's you don't feel good when you're criticized, and especially when you've been loved so much. But you know what? What it did make me understand is that I get it. I mean, someone did encroach on my privacy, which wasn't correct. But then again, I am a public personality, and where there is so much love, there will be trolls, there will be people who will say things, and for those who are my genuine fans and they got a little like unhappy about it, I always say, like, if there is love, there will be a few complaints here and there. But definitely there was it became a national debate, and what it did was spark debate yet again, There were people for and against, talking about all kinds of things, whether it was the trolls or the misogyny, whatever it was, at least it sparked a debate.
Do you, in terms of how things move forward now, both on the subject matter of your film, which is obviously horrific violence,
right.
Is exposure, is social media the answer? Is it a question of getting more women into positions of power?
Look, I'm not, again, I'm speaking as an actor who's done a little bit of research on this topic because I had to get into character. So I'm coming from that place. This is completely my opinion. I believe that there are two things that are very important. One is education. Unfortunately, most of our issues come from the fact that we are not aware of our rights. We're not exposed to certain things. So I think education is important at grassroots level in Pakistan and the world over, the subcontinent. But I'm talking about my country. So yes, I believe that grassroots level education is very important. The second thing that I feel is very, very important is accountability. Because there are cases that are reported and they go completely unnoticed, you know. So where is the justice system?
Can I just ask you as well, obviously you're in an immense position of power and popularity in the subcontinent, and you say you've had no problems yourself. Why is that? Is that about, you know, your own conduct, about, you know, you being very careful about how you behave? I mean, what would you say to young actresses, for example, in this business? What, you know, why, how can they protect themselves?
Okay, firstly, I do not think, that's the one thing that I would like to talk about, which is that it doesn't matter how I conduct myself or what I wear or how I speak or where I sit or what I do. That does not allow anybody to harass me. So I'm not going to say that I have some sort of a very good conduct or a certain conduct that did not and that's the reason why I did not get harassed. No, that would be the wrong answer. The thing is, I believe that even in the case of what is happening in Hollywood right now, at least what I was reading about, what I saw and felt was that that all the girls that do get harassed or do, you know, there are predators out there who harass women. I think those girls are much younger. They are more vulnerable. They are not in a position to maybe sometimes speak up or speak out. Maybe if you're asking me why it didn't happen with me, I really can't say much except for the fact that I have been lucky with the people that I've worked with, and I have worked with very few people. Also, if I may say so, I think I came at an age where I was, you know, I started acting after I became a mother, and I was at an age where I don't think I was as vulnerable as maybe if I was a teenager.
Yes.
So, you know, there are a lot of things that are a part of this. I do not think conduct is one of them.
Maira Khan, we're very, very grateful for your time here on the BBC. Thanks so much, and it's very good to speak to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.